Did you like that race?
I loved it. I loved it because it showed that the McLaren isn't the best car, and everyone's saying that it is the best car, and I guess overarching in the season, it is the best car, but look, they went to that track, both of them couldn't handle it.
Does this it make you think twice about your dislike for street courses?
No, I still don't like the track. Look how many red flags there were in qualifying. Look
Yeah,
how,
but those red flags are, as Matthew McConaughey says, they're green lights
did Matthew
because
McConaughey say that?
yeah, he wrote a whole book called Green Lights.
How does he talk? How's Matthew McConaughey? Alright, alright, alright.
He
Red
talks a lot
flags.
like
Yeah,
this.
red
He's got a whistle at the end of his
red flags.
words,
Red
and
flags.
he says stuff like "J.K. Living," and he talks real fast. He gets in onto axioms. You got to keep going. Sometimes you got to slow down to speed up.
Right, he's like red flags or green go buttons.
And that's what I thought
Alright.
because all of that chaos brought parity. They didn't even need the inclement weather. It was like a Brazil or a Montreal or a Vegas. It evens stuff out because the course is so bad.
I mean,
It mixes stuff up a bit.
that's a good way to put a spin on it, for sure. But, I mean, when you think about it, when you think about the actual race itself, right? When you look at, okay, they drive straight, they turn left. Okay, now they turn right. Sharp left-hand turn again. Oh, they go straight for, like, 2.5 kilometers.
Yeah, no,
They
it
just go
looks
straight,
ridiculous, especially
like
from the aerial, you see it
yeah,
and you're like,
like
"This doesn't make any sense." But at least you still had Verstappen in there, but, I mean, you could consider him a bit of a, out of left field too, him winning and him getting pole,
well, I mean,
if it
maybe.
weren't for the last race, but
There you go.
but, Sainz podiuming, I mean, would that have happened on a real race course?
Well, I mean, on a low downforce track, yes, potentially,
Yeah.
because those cars are technically good for that.
The race still had 30 or 40 laps in the middle where nothing happened.
Mm. I mean, that
It
is
was sort of
Formula
the
1.
same.
It
Yeah.
is Formula 1.
Yeah.
Well,
You go
it's
and do other stuff.
what they haven't figured it out yet somehow, and I don't know, I don't have the answers, but what happens is you're like, "We're on this tire. We're sticking to this strategy."
Mhm.
And so now, for 24 laps, they're unlikely to come in because the strategy is the medium tire lasts for 24 laps.
And you'd rather what?
Well, I mean, like, if you put
More
refueling if
more
you
pit
put
stops?
put no, you put more
Right.
yeah, yeah, potentially, put more put refueling in it.
Yeah.
Put, change it change the dynamic of the racing. So maybe you don't have to have refueling, but this is what you could do. So if there's a yellow flag, change these types of rules. The race has to be done within 2 hours. Does it?
Right.
Okay,
M
like
Extend it,
yeah, like what
put in a halftime show?
yeah, or yeah,
Or what
sure,
about
yeah.
costume
Cheer
change?
cheerleaders would be great.
Costume change.
Like,
You
oh, yeah,
gotta
they
come
have to
in,
get out of the car, put on
you
different
gotta
colored
put on a new
overalls.
outfit,
Now we're talking.
and you gotta do one shot.
Mhm.
And that you roll in a sponsorship that way. Got
Yeah,
a nice booze sponsorship. What do they drink in Baku?
couldn't tell you. Probably tea. I feel like they'd have tea there. But what I mean is it's like if there's a red flag, right?
Yeah.
Y You're allowed to do whatever you want. Change
Yeah, you're
everyone can
right,
change
black
what
tea.
yeah, change whatever you want, with a red now, if there's a yellow flag, if there's 6 laps behind a yellow flag, those laps shouldn't count towards racing.
What do you mean 6 laps behind a yellow flag?
I mean behind a safety car.
What does 6 laps behind a safety car mean?
It means that when they're clearing the track, they bring out the safety car, they slow all the cars down, all the cars get close together, and they just go around the track until the track is clear and safe to race on.
Mm.
Just don't let those 6 laps count, or don't have a safety car, just stop the race every time that happens, and then we can have a standing start every time.
Would that be interesting? Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if there was 4 standing starts in a race,
Why would that be good?
because that's usually where, well, there's the buildup of the tension, there's usually
Mhm.
some passing, there's usually a bit of chaos.
I like it. There's cold tires again, though.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Get rid of the tire warmers. No, the drivers will hate that.
You know what I was reminded of? The castle looks a lot like the castle on Mister Rogers' Neighborhood. Remember? The castle in
All
Baku
right.
looks exactly like,
On that little train tracky thing
yeah,
he had.
where Meow Meow Daniel Meow lives.
God, you got a good memory.
I do.
How'd you pull it off? What are you doing to have a good memory?
Just practice.
Like, how do you practice good memory?
Well, with names, I practice after I meet the person, I think about them. And then when I leave them, I think about them more.
So if it's someone you don't like and you don't wanna remember them, they're out of your brain right away. That's a good way to live.
Actually, the people that I don't like probably take up more mental real estate than the people I do.
That's frustrating.
That's
Those
life. Hey, Milky.
negative self-talk, bad.
Oh, buddy.
So, but
Yeah.
you gotta admit, Lando handled that all great.
I thought he did too. I mean, I want to hear him say more. No, no. You asked the same question yesterday. I'm not answering it again. Of course, I love that stuff. Come on, I love it.
It's it's so what do
The
you
people
think?
asking the same
Yeah,
question over and over again don't want to do it either.
yeah.
It's not a bunch of dumbasses. They don't they hate themselves too. And Lando is giving them permission. Just stop. Can we just stop this?
Right.
It's kind of like Max in that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I'll hand it to Max in terms of the press. He handles the press quite well. He's manipulated it well, but also he's able to shut it down super fast,
Well, he's
which
always at his best when he's won.
yeah.
Then daddy's fine when he comes home. He's, oh, daddy's in a good mood. Everybody's okay. He
I
just
mean,
had a baby and he goes to Nuremberg on his days off and races more. I mean, hey Mac, I want to hear someone ask him, "Hey Max, how's fatherhood changed you?"
yeah.
Not one bit, actually.
No, no. Or how soon do you put your child into go-karts, right?
Max, how's the sleep these days?
Yeah, what about
Yeah,
the debt?
sleep's fine. Yeah, I don't even live with the child.
Yeah.
That's cynical of me. I have no
Yeah.
idea, but
Do you think he's changed a diaper?
no, he's
I
gone on
mean,
record as saying, "I don't do that."
oh, no, we probably someone should change his.
Hey, oh,
JB,
yeah.
so, what do you think? Piastri finally made a pretty big error. 2 of them in 1 weekend. What do you think?
Well, qualifying, we wouldn't be talking about it if he hadn't made the same mistake twice. He's so good that one mistake, we would have talked about it until he won the race the next day or podiumed.
Right.
It was that second time so early on. It was it was the starting early, the jumping the start thing.
Yeah,
It
technically made 3
was
mistakes, you're right.
yeah, so surprising.
Right?
Yeah, but, Jacques Villeneuve said in Zandvoort, he was like, "Well, now it's his to lose, that and the pressure's different now." And, that's why I love, former drivers being
Yeah.
pundits because they know, and he nailed it. He was like, "The pressure is different now.
Mhm.
This is when drivers
Yeah.
stop driving the way they were driving and start driving in some other way, because it's so hard to be at the top
Mhm.
unless you're Max or
Well,
Lewis."
yeah, yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't say Lewis. I think Lewis is
But when he was in the midst of those
right.
7/8 world championships, you couldn't throw him off his game.
I think the
But Oscar's young, right? He's been in what, 3 years?
yeah, but he's won every championship he's been in. He knows how to win a championship. I like
Yeah, but
I F1's different.
F2 is yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's more pressure, there's more money, there's more annoying of the same questions from,
more power, more
you
speed, more pace,
like,
more
people
sponsorship bullshit.
yeah, yeah, I mean, I get it, but I mean, the recipe for him to win, he knows what the ingredients are, so I'm not worried about that.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
why,
he's still gonna win the championship.
like, he just basically needs to just forget about what happened, and this is what I think maybe Max's true superpower is. Says what he says, moves on, and probably never thinks about it again,
And that's Oscars too, because this isn't
So
the first time he's made a mistake.
no, but it's the first time he's made a mistake, um, where, like literally, it's because he can't maybe he can't quite handle a little bit of the extra weight that's now starting to come on him, like
First time he's made a mistake where he's ended up in a corner, stranded behind the fence, watching a steward's phone
mhm,
with his
mhm,
legs up,
yeah,
with his feet up, watching the race.
yeah.
And
Praying
and
for Lando not to be able to go up to get more positions.
well, that's the other thing is that, Lando didn't squander an opportunity. There was no hole left by Oscar Piastri when he bid it in 19th position or whatever.
No, no.
Right, there's correlation, not causation. Max Verstappen's still in the race. George Russell's still in the race. It wasn't this big parting of the clouds and Lando
Yeah,
was asleep and he just, oh
no,
whoops,
yeah,
sorry, damn
yeah.
it.
No, because,
So
like, you could have put Lando in any different position. Like, you could have put him behind Carlos, probably still wouldn't have passed him. You could have put him behind George Russell, still probably wouldn't have passed him. So it didn't matter where he
George Russell,
was.
driver of the day for me.
Yeah, he was sick.
I mean, just right there.
Mhm. I think I think George Russell is more steely than all the other,
He's
I mean,
James
obviously,
Bond. He's the
he's
future James Bond.
I think like, I wanna see him and, Max in equal cars because I think that those 2 would come together left, right, and center, and it would be just amazing. I just know it. I like George. I think he's great,
I love George. So handsome.
and I think it's the same with, Oscar. I think if it was like if the season was
Not as
closely ma
handsome.
no, not no, no, no. He's Australian. What does that mean? Why did I have to bring in country into it?
I know.
Why did I have to do that?
Um, because you knew you'd find an appreciative audience?
Yeah, there's somebody out there. I, had a great weekend, JB. Can I share it with you?
I'd love to hear about it.
I went and saw the Seahawks play down in,
Oh, did
Seattle.
ya?
Yeah, the
How's
NFL.
Seattle? I
Seattle's
used to
beautiful.
love that place.
Beautiful city, great
Yeah.
city. People are friendly,
Yeah, they
lots of
really
fun.
are.
Had a great time. We did a show, on Friday at the Triple Door, which is a super great dinner theater venue. It was awesome to be
Where
there,
is the Triple Door?
right downtown.
Where? What's it near? Give me a
Um,
landmark.
Pike Place Market would be the
Is it?
most, yeah, like, if you were to, like, try and pin it to something, that'd be it.
Is it close to you to what's it called? Unexpected Productions?
Not that close, no, but
Okay.
it's in the general, like, you're probably a 5-minute walk from Pike and that place. Great venue, super fun show. People had a great time.
Yeah.
And then I ended up having to drive back because I couldn't find a hotel. That's one thing I'll say about Seattle, expensive hotels.
Oh my god, it's everywhere. I think that's everywhere. I was just looking at, London, and I mean, it's London, that's ridiculous anyways, but everywhere is like New York I
Well, that's
is
ridiculous too.
it's even more outrageous now because the city's making deals with hotels to house unhoused people in their hotels.
Is that happening in London too? I heard that as well.
In London too?
I heard that, yeah.
Damn. I mean, it's good that people get homes, but it's bad for tourists. Keep going. So then the next day you saw who are you doing the show with?
I drove back, and then I drove down with Dylan to see Seattle play, New
Why
Orleans.
did you drive back?
'Cause the hotels were $300. And then I was like, "Well,
No way.
do I stay in a $200 hotel in, like, Linwood or something?" But that's and then I'm now I'm just sitting in a hotel. So I came home, put my wife's audition on tape, did a bit of work, watched qualifying, went to bed, got up, met Dylan picked me up. We drove down, went to the Seattle game, had a shot of bourbon, at a bar, had a beer at another bar, went in, bought ridiculous, stupid sized overly charged, that's good grammar, drinks. Great game.
Yeah.
Seattle destroyed New Orleans. I haven't
Awesome.
seen a game like that. Now,
How many people? Was it sold out?
yeah, oh, no, it wasn't. I don't think I mean,
How
maybe it
many
was
people?
probably
Like 60,000 can go in
oh,
there?
yeah, yeah, and
I've been to
here
that stadium once. It's beautiful.
oh, it's great. It was so loud, we were screaming at the
Oh,
where it's a
yeah.
stadium where you can actually make a difference as an audience or as a
Can you?
fan,
Yeah.
because when you yell and scream, the way the acoustics are, it the opposing quarterback can't make calls, can't hear the plays in his head.
What's it like going across the border these days?
No problem.
No problem.
Knock on wood.
Are the lineups shorter because Canada
Yes.
has ditched America?
Yeah, it's much shorter, crossing the border, but no,
Were
like,
there deals down there? No.
no, the hotels were still expensive.
Oh, right, you just said that.
I was, like, blown
It's
away.
not like Palm Springs or Buffalo that are like, "Please, please come. Please come,
No,
Canada."
no, California is asking Canada to go down. Like,
Yeah,
I see ads all the time.
I'm not going California. I say no to you. I'm going elsewhere.
You're gonna go to London,
I think I'm gonna go to London, you know? Like, it's not that I can afford it, it's that my kids are teenagers,
and you think they
and
should see it.
I think we should go, yeah, it's my favorite place. I think they would love it. They got really cool cousins over there that they love, so I think it would just be so much fun.
So it's your favorite place.
Yeah,
So you do need to retire somewhere in Europe because then you can just take quick,
absolutely.
cheap little flights to
Mhm.
London every 2 months.
Yes, yes.
So then I saw this band on after the
Who's
football
that?
game.
I can't read that.
It's
The
the
Walters?
Wailers.
The
The
Wailers?
Wailers. Bob Marley's band.
No way. You saw them
JB.
after the football game?
Yeah.
You and Dilly?
Yeah. I gotta
How
tell
did
you.
you find them? How did you find that
Well,
concert?
because well, we with Dylan, they were just in Vancouver, and Dylan's like, You gotta go see the Wailers, but I couldn't on Friday because I was doing Canadian Steam, our comedy show.
Yeah,
JB, when you just like listen to like I love reggae.
me too.
I love reggae.
You turned me on to reggae because it was your strategy for being in traffic.
Yeah.
You can't be angry if you're listening to reggae.
It's very
So for a
hard.
while there, anytime I got into your car, there's reggae playing
Yeah.
because you're always angry.
Yeah.
You you
No,
always
I'm
need as much
easily
help as you, especially in traffic.
I'm just easily aroused.
That's a nice, sexy way of putting it.
Okay, I get it. I'm easily aroused in traffic. Uh, I did this
Yeah.
for 2 hours
How can you not be
singing.
happy? Yeah.
Like it's so great. I got to get a set list sign and my hat is
Oh my god. So you hung around afterwards.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
What
mean
was Dylan doing?
we were Could You Be Loved was on the encore and the dancers were singing. I was like pointing at them, Could You Be Loved? They're pointing right back at me and smiling and oh
Oh man, what was the venue like?
it was I think it's called the Wild Buffalo in Bellingham. It's a great live music venue. It's actually a great spot to go see shows because there's a bit of a scene in Bellingham.
Yeah.
And so I feel like some locals will do their best to try and attract some acts to come down and hit them if they're in Vancouver. So,
I
oh
wanna
my
see
god,
pictures. Do you and Dylan, are you both wearing your hats?
we took a few pictures. I usually when I'm at a concert, I try and limit how many I
No,
take and how
yeah.
many
You wanna
videos.
be in the moment.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
do a handful really quick, and they're usually not very good. And I just okay, I'm now just in the music. God, it was so good, JV.
That
Like so
sounds
good. I
great.
instantly went, where are they playing next? And do we try and go see them again?
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a really good weekend.
Oh, it's great. I got to do a show. I got to make people laugh.
Yeah. And how was Canadian Steam? And do you have some future dates you wanna tell everybody?
Well, go to the one in North Vancouver. We're not, the tickets are soft there. I can't explain it, but
What day is that?
October 18th at the Centennial
2025,
Theater.
October 18th, 2025. Centennial
Yeah.
Theater. Man, that's a great venue. It's huge. It's
Yeah.
700 seats,
Yeah,
isn't
almost.
it?
It's not. I don't think it's that quite that big, but it's big. And people would say, "Oh, don't be too honest." I'll be honest. I don't know why North Vancouver isn't wrapping it up and getting it in and buying tickets right now. But Who knows?
Seriously.
We're doing great in all these other markets, but North End just doesn't seem to bite at the moment. But maybe they're too busy hiking, making trail mix.
They're too busy hiking, and they don't know what your show is yet.
Yeah. So
It just
there's
takes time, doesn't it?
I believe if you can afford it, if we can manage our finances, yes. But here's what I think people don't understand. And maybe they do and they don't care, or maybe they just can't afford it either. Maybe they can't afford the tickets. But it's like if you're like a small business,
Mhm.
doesn't matter what your small business is. If you're the coffee shop, if you're the restaurant, if you're renting a theater and promoting a show, it is hard to let people know that you exist.
Yeah.
And if you're bad at making spaghetti, well, then obviously people aren't going to come back. But if you're good at making spaghetti, you just need to get people through the door and be able to survive. And it's the
Yes.
same with live shows. Like you just got to be able
It's
to.
the same with everything.
It's just like,
It's either it's all about marketing,
hmm,
like Mel Robbins, like Tony Robbins.
yeah,
It's just marketing. Or it's about putting in the time and making something that's really great, like Gabor Mate, who
right,
doesn't do any advertising, like
right,
Eckhart Tolle doesn't do any
yeah,
advertising. I just heard this. That's why I'm
yeah,
mentioning these disparate examples. Uh, but it was like you got to put out a book, and then and then 10 years later, you're an overnight success.
yeah. I mean, it it really is. It's perseverance, and as George Carlin said, I don't care what the outcome is. He was talking about humanity. He's once he George Carlin was like once he got to the point of like not caring how society was going to unfold, like what was going to happen, he became much more in a state of calm and also was able to look at the world in a different way. God, I love George Carlin.
I'm totally with that. My take is a little bit different. It's called putting your head in the sand. But one part of that is sort of an acceptance.
Right.
The dogs of war will always be barking somewhere. Some maniac will always be trying to grab power somewhere else. It feels terrible these days, and it is, but I don't think it's new. I think it's
No, no,
cyclical.
no, no. It's like
So, what
no.
do we do? Do we spend our energy wringing our hands and clutching our pearls and losing sleep over it? Or what are we here for? We're here to make art and make laughter and blah blah blah. That's what we have to do, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And we do need to figure out how to survive
Well, the
financially, and
surviving, yeah. I was talking about like where do you put your focus?
right. I
You know?
agree. I agree. I like to. I'm just going to create as much as I can and trust that we'll make
Yeah.
some money.
That's
Let's
what
trust it.
we're here for. I just got to get my I just got to plug in. I'm running out of juice.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk to our viewers. Hi, everybody. It's me, David. This is the F1 Chat Pod with Jason Bryden and myself, David Milcher. The F1 Chat Pod isn't just F1, it's also the Formula One of life chats. We're going to talk about how life exists for you, for me. Now I sound like I'm insane. That didn't make any sense. I'm going to try this again. I'm trying to make a commercial. I'm trying to make a commercial. So here we go. Hi, this is the F1 Chat Pod with David Milchard and Jason Bryden. He's preparing to plug in his laptop because he's running out of juice or energy, as they say. JB, I tried talking by myself and it never worked.
No, I know. It doesn't work for me too, but you're very convincing. You flap your gums well.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I was trying to I was thinking about this the other day. We need to make a little soundbite, like one of these clips that we could pin to the top of anything of any of our social media. And it should be like, F1 Chat Pod. We talk Formula One, but we talk fast about life as well. It's
And
not
where does it that's a
cars,
great idea. Where does it go?
like when we'll make a clip out of it,
Yeah.
and then we'll pin it to the top of Instagram or
Pin it
TikTok
to
or
Oh, I see. So, yeah. Right, and it tells you what the show is
yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Because
Do you wanna do that now?
let's try it.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the F1 Chat Pod. My name's David Milcher. This is
JB?
And we talk about Formula One, but we also talk about the formula of life. We talk about cars, but we also talk about coffees and relationships. It's a podcast that covers everything, which is impossible, but one day we'll get there.
That's pretty good. Let's go again. This time, I want you to be more specific and shorter. I don't think everything is what people are looking for. There's about 400 million podcasts that are like, "Hey, we're just talking and laughing." You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
But what I think what I think you were going for is we talk about we foster a friendship,
Okay, here we go.
specifically a male friendship.
Okay, here we go.
And I
So I,
think
I don't want to
sorry.
say I don't want to get into gender.
No, good idea. Yeah,
Okay.
let's specifically male gender. We don't wanna
Okay.
mention that these days.
Okay. Here we go. Hi, welcome to the F1 chat pod. My name is David Milchard.
And I'm JB.
This is a podcast. God,
Oh, this time, can you, add your location in? I think people
why?
like that.
What guys?
I'm David in Vancouver. Don't you think?
Should I
To
say?
give it some
Do
context.
we even need to say our names?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hi there. Welcome to the F1 chat pod. My name is David Milchard in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
And I'm JB in Toronto.
Also in Canada, but a province of Ontario. Is that too long?
Yep, already too long.
Let's keep going again. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Hi there. Here we go. This is good. This is
Here we
good
go.
podcasting. This is great stuff.
This is really good stuff.
Ready?
This is inside baseball.
Hi there. My name. Nope. Here we go. Hello. Welcome to the F1 chat pod. My name is David Milchard. I'm in Vancouver, Canada.
And I'm JV in Toronto.
We talk Formula One. We talk cars. We talk sport, but we also talk life, friendship, and we foster relationship building somethings.
Yeah, good.
That's good. Let's use that.
Okay, done.
No, I can do it. How should I like the okay, what should I say? I should
Just say one thing. You know, like I'm in Vancouver, I'm in Toronto. We talk F1, but we also talk friendships. Me and JB have been friends for 25 years and we're still doing it. And then the bigger call to action, you know? In
okay.
this place, world is chaos. Friends are what are going to save you, blah blah blah.
Hi there. Welcome to the F1 chat pod. My name is David Milchard, right here in Vancouver, Canada.
And I'm JB in Toronto.
We talk Formula One, but we also talk friendships.
Yeah, we've been friends for 25 years and we're still friends, and we think that friendship is what will save us where the world is chaos. So join us on the F1 chat pod and get your friends on.
I'm not going to give you any notes because
I like that.
I don't think you can handle them.
I like that. Yeah, that's very sensitive of you. I really can't. I
Okay.
say I can.
Yeah, but you can't.
I can't. I'm petty and I've got a huge ego.
I wouldn't say you have a huge ego because
I
I've
was
seen-
joking.
Oh,
I didn't need you to follow up with the truth.
okay, yeah, because you're actually quite fragile and weak.
I am.
So,
Pure vodka.
oh my God, I can't. I had too many beers at the football game.
How many did you have and how much were they each?
I'm not going to disclose that information. All I know was that my
But
belly was full.
isn't that interesting?
No,
How many did you have at least?
no, I'm not telling you.
Well, how much were they?
I'm not saying.
What? They were
I'm not.
$20 each.
There was something called a hawkerita,
Oh, what's that?
a terrible margarita that they put hawk in front of it because it's.
And did you have some of those?
I had one of those because they were horrible. No offense,
Look, you
Seattle.
gotta disclose the details.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. No
No, I
one's
don't.
gonna come at you and be like, "Oh my god, what's
I don't
wrong
have to
with
do.
you?"
I don't have to do anything. I don't want to do.
No, but
Including, you know what?
I'm
This friendship's
inviting
over. This friendship is over.
I'm inviting you to be vulnerable.
I'm not
That's
being
what
vulnerable.
friendships are about.
Who's watching?
Well, there's one person.
Who?
I don't know.
I think it's us.
Oh. No, sometimes it says 0 when we're recording.
There's
Now
no
it
way
says
someone's watching us. If someone's watching us,
If we're
make a
gonna
comment.
have a friendship, we've gotta talk about private stuff. Like, how many beers did you have at that football game?
I'm not ta I don't want people to know my insides.
Okay. Well, there's a wall right there.
Didn't I
There's a
share
block
enough?
for you.
Didn't I share enough already last week in the video you posted of me grooming my body?
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And what did you think
Most
about the
people would
one
check in and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Not you.
well, you can always make clips yourself.
I should, and I will because
Yeah.
it'll mostly
You've
just
been
be me
saying that
talking.
for, like, 2 years. I don't know why it's always me talking. I don't choose the ones with me. All of them are just me talking.
I know. Interesting. Maybe you should do some listening.
Well, maybe it's because I put it out there and I'm vulnerable, whereas you just give scant details and we don't really know what's going on with you. Why all the secrecy, Milky?
Oh god, JB.
Oh,
Can we just get
Jesus.
back to some F1 talk real quick?
Right, like I was the one stopping that.
Let's celebrate with Carlos because he's had an awful season and he gets a podium and delivers. It was I don't know what 4 or 5 years since Williams has stood on the podium. It's incredible.
Anything can happen in F1, and once in a blue moon it does.
Yeah, once very. What is a blue moon?
It's a very rare celestial event or something. Anyways, yeah, let's celebrate with Carlos. And that must feel really good. Let's talk about the pressure, like the Hulkenberg podiuming for the first time in 215 starts. Like, what kind of stuff do you have to deal with up here? Let's talk about Carlos or Carlos, as the English people call which I think you got to stop calling Carlos Carlos. You're putting bad vibes out there. His name is Carlos, not I've lost my car.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyways, I just think the pressure they're under is amazing, and you never hear about it in all the dumb questions they ask after a race. I want to hear somebody like
So
lose it.
if you were Carlos and I was an interviewer and a pundit, and I asked you a question, Carlos, you've been having a rather tough season, and you've had some bad luck, and you
Yeah, I'd
were
be like,
in a
fuck, man,
position to
it
get on a podium.
sucks. Yeah, it's
How did
just
you handle that
awful.
pressure? How did you handle it?
Well, I cried a lot. I worked out a lot. I muttered to myself a lot. I journaled a lot. I have a courage journal. I just wrote page after page. I bored my girlfriend to tears
What
talking and
about when you
talking. I
were in
ate
the
my
car and there was
feelings.
20 laps to go? How were you handling that pressure?
I shat myself. And then I wish there was a costume change. I wish there was a pit stop where you had to change costumes because I shat my onesie because I was so fucking nervous I would lose it to who was behind him? George. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny when you bring up the costume change again, because they're like, it's funny that even just when McLaren did a specialty anniversary edition of their, this is a couple years ago in Monaco,
Yeah.
crazily, that was exciting for me.
Well,
It's like,
I
why
mean,
was I excited by that?
no, Haas changes their livery every 10 minutes. It's
Yeah.
because people like it and it sells more merch.
Yeah, like, also, like, how cool would it be, like, to maybe, I mean, celebrate certain countries? Because maybe some countries we go into, maybe there's things that could be adjusted to be a little bit better. But I mean, I guess that goes for every country. So, but wouldn't that be cool? Like, you come to Canada, you people put a whole bunch of maple leaves on the side of their car just to mix up the design to celebrate. Hey, we're in Canada. Like, that seems like kind of a fun thing to do. Or, like you're in Mexico and there's like something Mexicali style on the car. Like, that seems
Make
like
it
fun.
fun and make it fun. Make it more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree completely. So we got refueling, costume change, and then we got a halftime show with like pop because they always have
Mhm,
musical acts.
mhm.
My eldest, 15, he's excited about Singapore because his favorite band, Baby Metal,
Oh,
which
right.
is do you know them?
I do know them, yeah. It's
Baby
pretty
Metal's
crazy.
playing, but I don't know how to watch it because they don't broadcast that on F1 TV.
I bet you if you go on the old internet and start looking around, you'll be able to find it.
I did.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I guess you couldn't find it. Here's a real thing that Formula One can do to make the sport better.
Yeah.
If we go back to, like, how it's adjudicated, like, the referees issuing penalties,
Yeah.
if if there are a set of 6 judges or 7 judges probably would be a better
Mhm.
number, 7. Just like the Supreme Court in America, which goes completely smoothly, no problems there at all. Um, that is voted in by team principals,
Mhm.
by by racing drivers. People vie for those positions. Formula One pays for it. Even the teams will contribute money towards funding, paying 7 people to do it. It's the same adjudicators for every race. There's not you don't miss
Yeah,
up the stewards.
permanent stewards you're talking about.
Yes, and
Yeah.
there are set penalties, right, that exist, but they're allowed to add other penalties on, um, uh, uh, to, that are more appropriate for the crime or the mistake or whatever that
Yeah,
was
first of
committed.
all, they gotta rewrite the penalty thing because clearly there's no consistency.
No.
And they've gotta make it, like, not so it's just up to the stewards to decide, because mostly it's 10 seconds for everything. So
Mhm.
we've hit some sort of plateau of where they're afraid to affect outcomes
Like,
because there's so much money on the line.
yeah, but let's think about this for a second too, right?
But
Like,
also, hold on, I also wanted to say, if you have
are
permanent.
you trying to get more clip time? Trying to get more
No,
clip
no,
time?
no.
Okay.
If you have, stewards that are paid, doesn't this expose you to, more corruption? Especially when there's voting. Now people will be campaigning for the job. Now other people will be saying,
Okay,
"Oh,
good
you don't
point.
want him.
Good point.
He's got ties to Red Bull, blah, blah, blah."
Okay, that's a good point. So maybe what you do is you have a group of officials. Okay, so maybe there's a pool. I don't know. I'm going to make up a number, 27,
Mhm.
and they are rotated randomly, right? For each race, right? So you can't direct, like, you don't know who's going to be the official. So how do you bribe them for the next race? How do you do it? Maybe
I
you
like
bribe
that.
them for the whole season. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Okay,
that
what
seems
about
pretty hard.
taking human beings out of it altogether? And just have, like in tennis, they've got the laser
I don't
that
know how you do that,
beeps
but
if the ball is out or not.
for certain rules, I think you're totally right. I think they could do that. Here's what I'm getting at is it this is what I think they're missing out on an opportunity to make the sport A, more fair, but also more exciting. Because just imagine this. When you get a penalty that doesn't affect you in the race, like a 10-second, but you're the guy who's in 4th place is 20 seconds behind you. Well, that's not a penalty.
That's right.
You haven't you
Although
have
there is an increased chance of, uh, something happening, right?
but I think if the crime that they've committed doesn't affect the the,
I
um
see. Yeah, the
then that
consequences
penalty
don't measure
goes
with
to the
the.
next race. Like, it's so obvious. You drove somebody off the track, you overtook them, whatever, now they're 20 seconds behind you, you got a 10-second penalty for hitting them and bumping them off the track, but you just kept going, you didn't give the position back, and now you still finished 3rd anyway, so that's not a penalty. You get a penalty. So I think they have to when the crime is committed and the penalty can actually have an effect on the race, fantastic. When it can't, it goes automatically to the next race. And then you'll see drivers A, maybe still commit their crime, but now they're 10 seconds behind. They've got a 10 or 5 second or 5 place grid penalty, which makes them have to pass cars. So for somebody like Max Verstappen, who's very good at playing with the rules of the game, wow, he could be 5 positions back at the next race, and then we get to watch him pass again. Like, that's good.
Yeah, but now you're penalizing people for driving well.
No, 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 no. What are you talking about?
Well, if they're ahead 20 seconds and you only give them a 10-seconder, like, you're punishing it'll be weighted towards the faster cars. Within that cohort of people that get the most penalties, it'll be weighted towards the people further up in the pack.
What am I missing? Because this is what I'm saying is like, if you like, let's take Max when he drove into George
Yeah.
in Spain. He got a 10-second penalty. Okay. Now, first of all, that didn't fit the crime because that was like a meditated choice to do that. Like, it wasn't like they were gambling going into a corner and it was neck
Mhm.
and neck and they were
Yeah,
fighting
I
for the
agree.
lead, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, that penalty should have been way larger. In fact, you probably should have just been suspended for a race. Like, why not?
Yeah, but, get back to your point.
My point is that 2 cars are racing, you hit the car, you put them
Okay.
off the track, you took the position in a manner that wasn't agreed upon. So they're like,
Right.
"We're gonna give you a 10-second penalty.
Okay.
That'll be added on at the end of the race."
Right.
So now you drive, you don't give the position back, you keep
Okay.
racing, and you get up and you finish ahead of the guy behind you who you punted off the track to get
Mhm.
your position, and they're 15 seconds behind, and you only and you get a 10-second penalty, so you finish 5 seconds ahead of them, but you still took the position in a manner in which you punted them off the track. So if you are a faster car, you will punt people off the track and take that risk that you'll be able to pull out the speed, which is what you don't want to happen. What you want to happen is if you have a faster car and you are able to build that gap, well, guess what? You have to either give the position back or we're putting that penalty on the next race. And then you're behind 5 other cars. That's
Oh,
what I'm
I
saying.
see. You give the position back, plus you have a penalty or no penalty now?
Y-
What
I
about just a bigger penalty?
There's that too. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the problem is they just have like it's a 10-second penalty for this. It's a 5-second. There's no.
Consistency. It's willy-nilly. Yeah.
It's
Bring
so
in the
dumb,
machines.
you know. So, but they're missing out
Okay.
because they could make. Because here's what's great about that. If you
Yeah.
have, is now you have people talking about that for the next race. Now you might have a car that's out of position for the next race because they keep talking about let's do reverse grids for Formula
What
One,
is a reverse grid?
where you qualify fastest on pole and then they put you in last place.
Why would that be a good idea?
Because then the fastest cars to pass all the cars to get to the front. It's dumb.
No,
It's not racing.
I
But you know
don't
what
like
is
that.
what is racing is you did something wrong, you're being penalized for it, you're at the back of the grid or you're penalized 10 spots for the next race.
Mhm.
Now you have to race through the grid.
Mhm. Yeah, what about on top of that, if you do wrong, if you do someone wrong in a race, then you have to do something during the halftime show, something embarrassing, like dance or sing, maybe karaoke.
That's kind of a fun idea. Like,
You should bring in improv games.
what what if what if at the end you when you go and do your scrum where you get interviewed after, but there's another box that you go into, and if you have a pen, it's like the penalty box.
Yeah.
And at the end of the race, yeah, you have to do something
Oh, I
really
know. It's a
embarrassing.
it's a dunk tank,
Yeah.
and it all the
And
proceeds go to
fans
charity.
fans pay lots of money, and that money goes to charity, and you get to throw a ball and you go in a duck tank because
Yeah.
Max would be wet a lot.
Yeah. Hey, can we get to a new segment?
Yeah, we should because it's already 11.
It's called, The Pirates of F1, and it's where we go into the biographies of some of the saltier personalities in Formula One that makes this sport special to me. And I know we're so busy trying to clean up the images of everything from Vegas to the Olympics to Disney, but we all know behind all of those squeaky clean surfaces is a bunch of dirtbags who are trying to get all of the money.
You mean people that just want every last cent of anything?
Exactly. Have you heard there's rumors that prolific texter Christian Horner is going to invest in Haas Racing?
I have not heard that, but I heard that he got his deal. He got $75 million
I heard
to
52,
okay, that's probably
52 million pounds.
I heard 75 million USD.
Okay.
That was the negotiation, and now he's free to do whatever he wants. So he was supposed to get 100 million,
Right.
and he said, "Look, I'll take less, but I don't want you stopping me from doing stuff."
Right.
Um, which is, I have a couple thoughts on it
Okay.
because if I was Red Bull, I would have been like, "I'll just pay the 100 million not to be around," because he's good at his job.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if, because like what's 25 million US dollars to Red Bull?
True.
Right? The competition is but I wonder if there's pressure from the F1 community and the business of F1 being like, you got to let him.
Got to let him back.
He was great he's got great clips. He's great for press. He's
Yeah.
great for the sport. So you have to
His
let him.
wife is Ginger Spice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he takes a helicopter to work.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think that so that was part of it. And I think that I think he's going to be in F1 in less than 18 months. That's my prediction.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. He'll be back in 2026.
You think he'll be that soon?
Don't you think?
I
How can he wait any longer? He's gonna get himself into Haas, and, I think Haas is a great fit. If you rewind the tape to all those phone calls where Gunther had, "Okay, I gotta go talk to Gene now," and then he closed the door, and on Drive to Survive, you just hear this, "Hey, Gene.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bad day," over and over again. Now, Gene is like, "Please, Christian Horner, come and buy some of this team and help me out here." Because Gene is beleaguered. He's an ex-con. Let's get into the history of Haas Racing, shall we?
Go.
Its parent company, Haas Automation, is a tool manufacturing giant owned by billionaire Gene Haas. On June 19th, 2006, Haas was arrested by IRS agents on suspicion of filing false tax returns.
This is
Wit
2019.
2006.
Oh, sorry. What
Witness
did I hear?
intimidation and conspiracy. Four others were indicted together with Haas, all of whom pleaded guilty. Just before Haas's case was to go to trial, a plea agreement was reached, surprise, surprise, whereby he would plead guilty to felony conspiracy to commit tax evasion. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison and ordered to pay $75 million in restitution. Haas was incarcerated January 2008 and released on probation May 7th, 2009, after serving 16 months of his 2-year sentence.
He was in actual prison?
He actually went to prison, which is not normally the case for billionaires in America.
Well, what type of prison was it?
Well, sure, it was minimum security. It was, what do they call it? The country club, I'm
Did they
sure. But
maybe
still, he did
maybe
time, 18
maybe
months, 16
may
months of jail time.
well, but maybe billionaires, like, what happens is a big helicopter comes in, it drops down a cell, some sort of
Yeah,
on their property.
yeah.
So they never actually leave their property, but they have this, like, luxurious
That's a
prison
great
on their
idea.
property.
That's a
It's a
nice image.
good business model.
Yeah.
Is it
So that's Haas Automation. Recent headlines for Haas, just so you get a feel for what I love about Formula One and sport, is all the juicy goss. Here's some headlines. Haas Automation, the parent company of Haas Racing, search engine results goes like this. Haas Automation could face legal action after being accused of violating sanctions by doing business with Russia.
next?
Haas sues Gunther Steiner over alleged trademark infringement.
Next.
Haas suing former boss Gunther Steiner after he lodged court complaint against team.
Next.
Haas releases statement of denying allegations of providing machines and parts to Russia. Haas Automation fined $2.5 million for export control and sanctions violations involving China and Russia. So you can see why sexty texty Christian Horner would be a perfect fit for Haas. He's missing his pit of vipers over in Red Bull. And now we can go into another world of absolute chaos. I don't know how these personalities do it or why they would want to. If I got that chunk of change from Red Bull, I would be piecing out and lying down for about 10 years. How do they sleep at night?
Whew. JB, I love that you took the time to research that. So I just want to make sure I understand it. You typed in what did you type in the search?
Uh, I just put Haas Automation.
Haas Automation. So there's no talk about Formula One, nothing positive about their
No, not at first. The first
yeah.
10 results are all about how they're suing people
Now,
or
obviously, if you put in Haas or Haas F1,
half
that
a
would be
sure, that would be different.
maybe a little different.
Yeah.
But that is incredible. Not even like a thread of positivity from
No.
the sports aspect of their business. Just hey, look, Here's a whole bunch of stuff that they've done that is, yeah, not so nice.
How are you doing for time? Because I got a little blip on Singapore to bring us into
Yeah, let's do
the next
Singapore
race.
because I have to urinate.
Well, here we go. The Republic of Singapore was born 9th of August, 1965. My parents were married August 28th, 1965. The, Pe- the People's Action Party, PAP, has remained in power
Wow.
since 1959. It predates their becoming a republic because at first they were a part of Malaysia until Malaysia, previously known as Malaya, kicked them out because they didn't like them. So the government has restricted since 65. The government in Singapore has restricted freedom of speech and freedom of the press, as well as some civil and political rights. In 2023, Singapore was ranked 129th out of 180 nations by Reporters Without Borders on the Global Press Freedom Index. In fact, in the aughts, or was it the 90s, they actually kicked the Wall Street Journal out of the country for a time
I had
because
no idea. I thought Singapore was a
no,
place of, like,
but
business
here's
and, like
but here's why it's so interesting. It is. It's also a blue zone.
what's that mean?
It also it's the best place the most healthiest place to live.
Right.
It's been described as by a poli science professor at McMaster University in Hamilton as a benevolent yet highly authoritarian colonial system of governance inherited from Britain. It's not a full democracy. Healthcare was rated sixth best in the world with the lowest infant mortality rates anywhere. Can you guess where Canada rates as far as healthcare goes, according to the WHO?
16.
Very close, 18, up from 25. Singapore is number one in global food security. Singaporeans live longer than anyone else on earth.
It's because they're not talking too much.
No, I think you're saying I'm talking too much. I get
No, 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 I think it's the no, I'm saying because there's freedom of speech is restricted, they can't get stressed out. There's no point, like, if I say something, I'll be
Well,
murdered.
I think you're right. I think when the nanny state is so controlling, people are like, "Mm, I'll just go for dinner."
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
change anything.
I
Whereas
guess.
we're over here going, Palestine, Sudan, Yemen, Ukraine, America.
Yeah,
What do we do?
yeah.
Whereas Singapore is just, I was about to go like this, but they're probably not allowed to smoke over there.
No, you can't smoke
So
in
you just,
Singapore.
it takes the choice away.
Yeah.
And this is where you could get me with authoritarianism is if you took away my choice overwhelm. If you do it like American fascism, that's not relaxing at all. But Singapore, I read a book about Singapore 20 years ago, and I just remember thinking,
Who reads a book about Singapore?
it was so interesting. I really want to go to that place. I would love to go to the Singapore Grand Prix with you. I think it'd be so much fun. Now it's hot as balls over there.
Okay, like, look, for me personally, there's a
I'm not
lot of
good in the
F1
heat.
races I would never go to based on the country that they're in,
Yeah.
so I just wouldn't go. Um,
Why?
well, because
You don't like Singapore after all that I just said?
no,
Here's
not if they restrict freedom of speech, absolutely not.
here's more.
Also, it's
Adult
hot.
obesity is below 10%. They're so healthy. Do you know what Canada's obesity rate is?
78% of the people are obese.
29.5%. You know what America's is?
6,000%.
40%. 40% sounds low.
All I'm saying is the only tracks I wanna really go to are the ones in Europe.
No, I'm with you, but I'd love to go to Singapore. Seems like such an interesting place. Also, speaking of reduction in choice, and this one really I really like this one. Singapore not only censors the press, but it bans approximately 100 websites.
Oh my
Most of them
god.
are porn. Wouldn't that just like take a lot off of your hands?
Literally. Well,
I know it would help me.
let's talk about. I'm going to make. I know you don't like making predictions, but I'm going to make some predictions.
You make predictions.
Singapore's another street track. Okay. Again, I'm not a fan of street tracks, but Singapore is kind of exciting. It's a night race, so there's something more like appealing about it as a racetrack.
Yeah, those are fun.
This is what I will throw down. I think there's going to be a red flag in the actual race. I think I'm a little bit unsure how McLaren's going to perform based on Azerbaijan. Is it Azerbaijan?
Yeah, sure. I'm not
And
gonna
so I don't
correct
know
you.
where they're going to be. I don't know where they're going to be. I could see Max winning the race again.
Yeah,
And
another tepid take.
yeah, I could. Yeah, of course. But there's going to be a red flag. It's hard not to be tepid when it's so clear
That's what I
how
mean. We need that's why I loved Baku.
yeah. Well, I mean, but Max won, so it's still tepid. So
Yeah, but that was the second time he's won
yeah,
since whatever.
yeah, somewhere. So here's my top three. I'm going to put this out there. I think because I'm hoping for more pressure and more excitement for the.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hope for Orlando win.
Wouldn't that be so sweet?
Yeah, I'm gonna hope for
Yeah,
Orlando win, but my brain reality says it's probably a Max win.
yeah. Your brain reality.
My
That car's going real nice these days.
my hoping is Albon finishes second or third.
I mean, it's his home race,
Yeah.
kind of.
My mental note on that, Albon will finish in the top 10. My third place finish, my hoping is it's Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, I love it.
So
Why
I'm going
Lewis?
all Brits, Lando,
Oh,
Albon,
yeah.
and Lewis.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis has raced well there. I could see him doing okay there.
Mhm.
My reality is it'll probably be Charles Leclerc who finishes third, not Lewis. So
Okay, I've
those
got one hoping.
okay. Okay.
Um, Fernando Alonso, podium in Singapore.
Okay. I like it. I'm not gonna dispute that. That's a great hoping.
Bring it all back
Yeah.
and the single tear come off of Flavio when he
Yeah.
sees his
His
man
old
up
pal.
there. His old pal and his client.
Yeah.
Flavio still manages him.
Yeah, but and then
Wouldn't
now
that be circular?
Alonso manages Bortoleto.
Yeah. Oh, let's get Bortoletto up there too.
Now that's bold. But I will say this, I think Bortoleto will have a good race in Singapore.
I love him.
God, what did you think of Liam Lawson, by the way? Liam Lawson had a great race in Baku. It was incredible.
It was. I mean, a broken clock is still correct twice a day. I think there was a
What does it
lot of
mean?
luck there. I think there's a lot of luck with he is trying to be Max, I think, in the way he rides the lightning, in the way he's like out of control. And that's why he crashes so much.
Okay, I'm not going to give you that, but here's how I'm going to say why I don't think you're correct and the flash of the pan. He was consistent through the whole weekend.
I didn't say flash
Every
in the pan. I
well,
just
you
said
said
lucky. He
something
had car
okay,
luck.
luck.
People have car luck.
Sure, but he
Yeah,
was
yeah, you're right. You're right. He was
and
good at
maybe that should be
qualifying.
like Carlos's name. He should change his name to Carluck, not Carlos.
I want I love it. Carluck signs. From
Yeah,
now on, we're going to call him Carluck.
it's Carluck.
When I was watching Liam, I just thought, is there any humility over there at Red Bull? Are any of you paying attention to so you don't do this again?
Well, Yuki Tsunoda's the only one. Did you hear what Ted Cole? That's an
Ted
old
Kravitz?
professor. Ted Kravitz said.
How is Ted Cole these days?
So, I don't know. I
Okay,
have no idea where he is.
moving on.
Yuki Tsunoda, that was doing a team photograph after one of the races where I think it might have been Baku, might have been another one.
That was
Um,
earlier, I think.
and he didn't want to be in the middle. And Max was like, no, come in the photo, get over here. And he goes,
Yeah.
no, like I didn't. And you're like,
Don't say
God,
it. Don't say it. Don't say Max is such a great guy.
I'm not going to say he's a great guy. I'm not going to say he's a great guy.
This is how he traps you.
But
It's
that
like
was
the
pretty
abusive father who then is suddenly nice once in a while, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's in a good mood. What a great guy!" Because he's lowered expectations. No, 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 and Yuki is too honorable to go into that. I would have felt terrible too. I'd be like, "No, get away from me. I don't want your fucking charity." That was
Yeah.
another power move. That was passive aggressive of Max. But
Oh,
everybody's like,
yes,
"Oh, what a great
JB.
guy. What a great guy." And Yos is just in the background like,
Yeah, this is how you destroy people?
"Yeah. Yeah. You taunt, you love, and then you deny. You
Yeah.
love and then you punch him in the face."
Well, I mean, like, here's the mystery question, is who is going to take that second Red Bull seat? Who wants it?
Who's going to
Who
take the first?
well, I
Who's going to
mean,
take the first in 27?
like,
Lance Stroll.
no,
It's gonna be Lance Stroll and Red Bull in
no.
the second season.
Now
No.
you're
Lance is
talking
gonna go in 27. This is it. 26 is his last. That's the end of Lance.
I think if the car's good and Lance is
They
racing well, that he's gonna stay there until he wins the world championship.
there's no way you can win the world championship with Lance Stroll on your team.
I will just talk
You
to
just can't
Lance's
do it.
dad. That Lance's dad has
You
done
can't
everything he's
do it.
wanted to ever do in his whole life. Look up him. See what skeletons are in his closet.
Lawrence Stroll?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gotta be some. You can't be a billionaire without cracking some eggs.
Yeah, yeah. Something's
Red Bull, I wonder if they look at, Liam, and is there some awareness that they did that too quickly? Are they worried about spoiling Hajar? They gotta be worried about bringing Hajar in. Now, Yuki, is this an indication that that car is running better for Yuki?
well, I think what the indication is that car is suited to certain types of tracks, and therefore it will
Mm,
inevitably be an easier car to drive. So I think
mm,
that's what that was, and that's why I think Singapore we might see a similar thing. We might see the Red Bull and Yuki do okay there. I've had
mm.
to pee for 46 minutes.
Oh, that's weird that you would start this thing having not gone to the loo.
I
46 minutes.
didn't want to upset you.
But, 46
You're the
minutes
max
ago
in this relationship. You're the max in this.
46 minutes ago, you were still busy, trying to figure out how to hook up the
That's not true. Look at how long we've been on the air.
That's not
1
true.
hour and 2 minutes.
We did spend a half an hour, as usual, doing tech stuff that never works.
I would just like to say it's been a pleasure doing a podcast with Max Bryden.
Okay.
Let's aim for
Hey, do you have any dates you wanna tell the people that you're performing?
October 18th, North Vancouver, Canadian Steam. It's a fun show.
Get your tickets. It's a really fun show. Where do they get tickets at? Go
They go to
to
Centennial Theater, just North Vancouver, or go to our website, CanadianSteamComedy.com. Get over there. You know what? Go see what we're doing. We got middleagedboyband.com. We got the comedydepartment.com. Check those all out. We're touring all over the place.
I love it. Can't wait. Okay. And Oasis.
This sums up who I am.
You want more?
Slow,
Yeah.
fast,
Right
chill,
on.
a little angry.
I can't be summed up by a T-shirt. I'm far too complex.
Yeah. And the wrinkles on your face would suggest the same.
What wrinkles?
I don't know. You actually look great without a mustache. You look younger.
I made a mistake. I took a divot out, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta cut it off."
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do too. I feel like after a
It's
while, I'm
way
like,
less itchy.
ah,
I'm not always like, "Oh god, there's hair in my nose."
yeah. And then they curl down and they start tickling your lip.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was the problem. They were all
Yeah, now you know. Now you understand.
and I was trying to and then I just went too deep, and I had, like, the reverse Hitler, and so I just had to get rid of it. I can grow it back if I want. I don't think I'm going to for a while.
Take a break. This is the F1 Chat Pod. It's Formula One and it's friendship.
Maybe I'll do a neck beard next.
I was just trying to end it.